friends. Welcome to Sunday Funnies on Christmas Eve. Hey, last night we did, 'twas the night before Christmas, and Grandma recited that whole story. We had our Grinch pajamas on that I got us for Christmas last year. So this morning I just thought, I'm going to get my Grandpa Reads the Comics shirt out, but I'm just going to put it over my pajamas. So Grandma said, don't get in the habit of doing your business in your pajamas. And you know how important Grandma's words are. So today we got some good comics. We got Pickles, Peanuts, Mother Goose, Garfield, and Ziggy. So in the first comment, Grandma is in front of the Christmas tree with her grandson, Nelson. And Nelson says, I love your Christmas tree, Grandma. And she says, do you know Christmas trees have a lot of symbolism? And Nelson's kind of looks like, what's symbolism? But she says, for example, it's an evergreen which represents rebirth and eternal life. The Christmas lights tell us that Christ is the light of the world. And then Nelson says, what does Grandpa's hairpiece on top of the tree tell us? Grandma says, it tells us that Grandpa has a weird sense of humor to put his hairpiece on the top of the tree. I'm fortunate that I don't have a hairpiece, but the next comic is Mother Goose and Grim. Grim, the dog, is reading the newspaper. Attila, the cat, is there, and Grim says, this says they found 10,000 defective Rudolph toys. And they have to be called back to the factory. And then Attila says, but do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? It's a joke, but it's a good one. Next up is Peanuts. In the first frame, Linus says, I can't stand it. He's in a pile of presents. And Charlie Brown comes over, rings the doorbell. And Linus opens the door and says, hi, Charlie Brown, come on in. See, it's just like I told you. Look at all this stuff. A bicycle, games, clothes, baseball equipment, more clothes, more toys, candy, books, a transistor radio. What are they? This is terrible. This is my worst Christmas yet. How will I ever develop character? I always get what I want. He doesn't have a chance to develop character. If you always get what you want, no character development. That's a good one. Next one is Garfield. And see the Santa Claus and the reindeer coming across the sky. Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! Santa says. comes down the chimney. Whomp. Let's see. Got gifts for Jim. Oh, sorry, John, Lyman, and Odie. Next ring, we see Garfield following Santa Claus around. He says, oh yes, and Garfield. How could I ever forget Garfield? Santa Claus says, as he's going up the chimney. Gets to the top of the roof, and he says, only kid in the world to ask for 20 pounds of lasagna. That's how you tell you're getting something for Garfield for Christmas, when it's 20 pounds of lasagna. Last one for today is Ziggy. He's one of the lesser known comics, but one that we like. So the comic shows Santa Claus sitting there, having kids sit on their laps and telling Santa what they want him to bring them. So this little girl says, I don't want anything. I'm just here for a selfie. She puts her phone out there so she can take a picture of her and Santa Claus. She doesn't want anything, just a selfie with Santa Claus. So thanks for joining us today, the day before Christmas. This has been a good year. We have a lot to be thankful for. The biggest thing we have to be thankful for, I think, this year is all of our followers. We have some incredible followers. I'm glad they're putting up with us. So thanks. The thought I have for today is about grandpas. Yeah. I'm glad to be in the grandpa fraternity. The thought is that grandpa should be looked up to, no matter how tall you grow. You should be able to look up to grandpa. Love you guys. Merry Christmas. Hope to see you again soon on Grandpa Reads the Comics.